Hello, hello, hello. How are you? This is the return of your favorite deadbeat YouTuber. I am sorry, guys. As I said on my last video, that the reappearing and disappearing will be happening more often. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, you just came across this beautiful face. My name is Doreen Morata. I host this amazing YouTube channel. Before I became a deadbeat, I used to upload videos every Friday. Still same time, Friday, 3 p.m. East African time. Just convert that in whatever time zone you are in. So, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know I've been away for a while. It's just that every week I have ideas. I have so much content, but I just get tired. I get tired. So how have you people been? How has it been? And I'm seeing we're actually growing. We're now almost at 15,000 subscribers. So please continue subscribing. Just hit that subscription button. It is very free. You don't have to do anything much. Just that red button and you're in, just like that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, so I have been okay-ish. I guess I am alive. I am hanging in there. So I guess that is a good thing, right? And I'm recording this video on the 7th of November 2022, which is exactly 2 months since my dad passed on. So I don't know how I feel about today, but I think every day is a new day and we take it one day at a time. Today I want us to talk about 30. I don't know whether they'll reach 30, but at least lessons that I've learned over the years as a person living with HIV. So if they don't reach 30, that is no meal. It is because the lessons have ended. Okay, you wait until it is 31 and then we will learn a new lesson. So I have if you don't know my story yet, I have lived with HIV since I was born. I have been a young woman living with HIV my whole life, and one of the things that I have learned along the years is that nobody cares that you're living with HIV. Like literally nobody cares, and not like nobody cares in like we don't care. It's just that nobody minds that you're HIV positive. Nobody looks at you and they're like, that person is living with HIV. I don't know how I feel about them. No, actually nobody minds. And that is like the most honest thing I'll tell you about it. Reason being, we worry a lot about our HIV status while the rest of the world carries on every day. Remember, problems don't stop. Life doesn't stop. Things move on. So just because you got tested for HIV does not mean that another person will care that so and so is HIV positive. No, it is none of their business. So the only person who actually takes it as a big deal and cares is you. That is the reality. And how you handle it, how you carry your HIV status speaks a lot about you as a person, and also goes back to how people are going to treat you when they find out that you're HIV positive. So how you carry your diagnosis really matters. That is what now brings in, does this person care? Does this person not care? Second thing, stigma is there. Stigma is real. Stigma does not only belong to other people, or rather it does not always come from other people. It comes from us, ourselves, looking at ourselves like, oh, now I am going to die. Oh, now I am going to spend the rest of my life like with this thing. Oh, now my people are not going to love me. Oh, now this is, yeah, that is where stigma comes from. That is actually stigma. When you come to me and tell me, I've told every man that I'm HIV positive and they have refused to love me. What do? Find me a man. I also do not have a man. So hello, I cannot help you find something that I do not have. Okay. I cannot bear it. So the stigma that you should worry about more is the one that is coming from you, and not the one coming from other people. Your self-stigma affects you more than societal stigma. Please note that. Your self-stigma affects you more than the stigma that comes from society. So be kind to yourself. Never, ever, ever stop being kind to yourself. I think that is my next lesson. Never stop being kind to yourself. Never forget the person you were before your diagnosis and the person that you still are during your diagnosis. So you are still the same amazing, awesome, wholesome, beautiful, handsome human being. So don't stop, okay? Do not stop. Another thing that I've learned is that dating is hard. It is hard for HIV negative people, but it's twice as harder for HIV positive people, because there are so many people you will meet who will behave like they're doing you a favor by dating you. There are people you will meet who they probably look like they're well educated, they have a head above their shoulders that makes sense, but sadly they will say things to you that will really, really annoy you. And that is part of life, baby. That is just part of life. You got to take the good, the bad, and the ugly, all of them together. So be as versatile as possible, as open-minded as possible when it comes to dating. A lot of people living with HIV are so close-minded when it comes to dating. They only want to date people who are HIV positive. Guys, I have done the mathematics for you. It is not practical. At some point, some of us are going to end up with partners who do not have HIV. So how do we navigate that? By loving ourselves first. If you love yourself, then you're able to love other people. Otherwise, there is no way you're going to be pouring into an empty cup, and there is no way other people. Remember, what you are attracts other people. So are you attracting other people for the right reasons, or you are attracting other people because you are weighing yourself? Okay. And then my next point is actually going to be on the weigh aspect of living with HIV. When I speak about the warrior aspect of living with HIV, I mean the people who are into the pity party, the people who are into, oh, now you see, I am living with HIV. And I've seen this even with HIV activists. Oh, now I am so sad, I am so... No. That is giving power to HIV. That is basically handing HIV power, like, take. And then it controls your whole life. Never, ever, ever allow yourself to give power to HIV. It doesn't matter whether you're living with HIV publicly or privately, or a few family members know, or no matter what, no matter situation, never fall into the PT HIV train. That one pushes you into delayed acceptance of your status. It pushes you into so much self-stigma. It pushes you to see that everybody else around you hates you because you're living with HIV. So no matter what you're going through in life, do not push yourself into the HIV PT train. Don't do it. It is a very, very hard place to get out of. The other thing, just because you are living with HIV does not mean now you become a HIV and AIDS activist or advocate. There are so many people who are not living with HIV who are advocates and activists in the HIV space. There are also people who are living with HIV who are still activists, but not because of their HIV status, rather because of their passion, what they learned in school, and then they somehow ended up in the HIV response. Like, I am yet to meet a HIV advocate or activist who purely is in the HIV space because they're just living with HIV. So please let us remove that mentality. Like, I see a lot of questions on people telling me, "Nah, I also want to join you in advocacy. I've lived with HIV for 16 years. And I'm like, I don't do advocacy on social media like that. Like, the advocacy I do on social media, that is just me giving out encouragement, which means everybody can do it. That has nothing to do with advocacy and activism. Advocacy and activism is intense. It is you carrying the burden of other people on your shoulder. It is you speaking for the rights of other people in different places. And I don't like calling myself an activist because I don't consider myself an activist, more of an advocate, and most times I just like saying I'm a content creator in the aspect of HIV and SRHR. So majorly is advocacy, yes, but I kind of like the content creator, because if I say advocacy, then it becomes a lot of things, right? So remember, you can be anything else that rather than being a HIV and AIDS advocate. But if you have the strength, please join us. The work is many and we need hands, okay? But be prepared that it's not glamorous. It is tiring. You have to carry the burdens of other people on your shoulders. My friend likes calling me Mother Teresa, and I am not Mother Teresa. I refuse to be Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa was an amazing person, but no, she carried a lot of burdens, and I don't have the emotional capacity to carry that. I do carry some emotional burdens for people, but not all the time. I don't like doing it all the time because it's draining. So it does not mean that just because now you tested positive, then the only thing you can do is in advocacy. You can be a businesswoman, you can be a businessman, you can be a great artist, you can be whatever. You can be a nurse, a doctor, a lawyer. Like, the options are endless. Okay, so don't just say that now your life has ended, because your life hasn't, because you can always travel abroad and work there, right? So I'm just trying, I'm not discouraging you from becoming an activist. If that is your passion, please join us. I'm just telling you that there is a lot of things you can do that have nothing to do with your HIV status. Okay, another thing that I have learned is that you are not special. This is not to be mean or rude. I'm just saying you're not special. You're just another person living with another health condition. Like, there's so many, every time I hear people speaking about the different health conditions that they have, I'm like, whoo. Like, I don't want to say that I'm lucky, but I feel like I'm lucky because the only thing I get to do is just take one pill. That is simple work. I like people who have bigger diseases, and I don't like comparing people with other health conditions, because I know the people living with HIV and really struggling in accepting themselves and all that. But there was a time people living with HIV were considered a special group, but nowadays, with treatment and everything that has going on and all the advancement, we are now considered normal people who are able to go on about their lives normally and naturally like everybody else. There's some aspects where we are considered special, but in the day-to-day life, we're just normal human beings like everybody else. Like, it is what it is, right? So I have also learned one lesson. Normalize asking questions at the hospital. Please normalize asking your doctors questions. Normalize asking your nurses questions. Normalize asking the healthcare worker questions, because a lot of you don't ask questions. You don't. Then you come to Doreen. Okay, I know I am a resource and I know I do answer you, but remember, I'm not going to be able to answer you in real time because I have other things that are going on, and I'm not always like there to be able to answer your questions. So please, when you go to hospital, when you sense there's something wrong with your body, because remember, some people tell me what do I do for my skin to be normal? Let me tell you something. What you are going through in your body is not what I am going through in my body. What I have gone through you might never have gone through any of that. Like, probably it took me years to suppress my viral load. It might take you 6 months to suppress your viral load. So you see, we are not the same. And that is one thing I'm trying to encourage you, that guys, just because we both have the same health condition does not mean that it's going to affect all of us the same. So ask questions. Whatever changes you see in your body, whatever pain you feel, whatever you are going through, please, when you go to hospital, kindly ask questions, okay? Another thing that I have come to learn, people will treat you how you treat yourself. I probably might have said this earlier on, but just to emphasize on it, that love yourself. Nobody is going to teach you how to love yourself. Nobody is going to teach you how to be confident with your HIV status. That is something that you do for yourself. It's called self-care, self-love, because you're the only person who teaches yourself that. And it's a daily job. It's not a yearly job or a monthly job. It's a daily job. You wake up every morning and you decide, oh, today I'm loving myself a little bit more. Today, oh, my tummy has grown big. Okay, I'm loving this tummy with all the rolls and everything that come with it. Oh, my hands are becoming huge. Oh, okay, it's time to, like, that adjusting that, oh, it's another day to take ARVs. Like, that adjustment in your body, that becoming comfortable in your body really does help you, and also helps how other people treat you. And I know for the people who don't care about their HIV status, like, they don't mind, they can tell you for free that the number of stigma cases they have gone through is way lesser than the people who are still hiding their HIV status. Another thing is, your family might be the first people to stigmatize you. You don't need to tell them that you're HIV positive. Actually, you do not need to tell your family that you're HIV positive. And I speak this in aspect of, if in case you feel like You know, in life we have the family you're born into by blood because you did not choose that, and the family that you choose. So there are people who we consider sisters even though we were not born in the same family. There are people we consider brothers even though we don't share any DNA. There are people we consider our mothers and our father figures though they are not our family by relation. So all I'm saying is your family, your blood family, might not like you. They might stigmatize you. They might kick you out, but does not mean that your chosen family is going to do the same exact thing. So you need a support system, but sometimes it might not be the people you're related to by blood. I'm just saying because it's the truth. Sometimes they will behave like evil spirits. It is what it is, people. Okay? So another thing is ARVs are for life. That one took me 23 years to learn it. It was a very difficult. It took me 23 years and very many opportunistic infections in between to learn that ARVs are for life. They're not going anywhere. They're not giving us a break. They don't care whether we are having a bad day, whether we are heartbroken, whether we are sad, whether we are sick with other things. They are for life. I did not set the rules. So it is what it is. So take them. I hope you remember to take yours today. If you did not, this is your reminder. Another thing that I have learned over the years is that there is no cure for HIV yet. And I've lived with HIV for 30 years. So we have been cruising nicely for 30 years, me and my HIV status. So there is no cure. You have to accept that. The minute you accept that, actually even accepting that you're living with HIV becomes a little bit easier. I know somebody who did a lot of things. I wish I could host him on my YouTube channel and for him to tell us everything that he has had to go through, but he does not want to come out publicly like that. So, but every time he tells me the stories and the things that the money he spent on cures and whatnot, oh God, I thought I've done crazy things, but I hope one day he's comfortable enough to share his story with us. Another thing that I probably will finish here, maybe if I get others, like I remember other things along the way, I will do another video. But another thing that I've come to learn is overall, you need a support system. Living with a lifelong health condition is not easy. Does not matter. It's not just HIV. It is every lifelong disease. You need a support system. You need somebody to hold your hand throughout life. Even if it's just one person. Make this disclosure is uncomfortable. It is very, very uncomfortable. And you are like, why do I need to tell somebody that I am living with HIV? Yes, I know. But you need somebody to hold your hand. There's that song that says, hold my hand. That one, you know the song. So you need somebody to hold your hand. So give your hand to somebody, okay? Let them show you kindness. Let them show you love. Let them remind you that you matter. They care. They can call you at 9 p.m. and tell you, hey, it's time to take your ARVs. And that alone is a whole love language, like maybe on a friendship or on a family or on a love level, okay? So just remember that just because you're living with HIV does not mean that you're less of a human being. You're still the same amazing person that you are. You're still the same amazing auntie, uncle, sister, brother, mother, father that you are to your people. And don't let HIV dim your light. Don't give power to this very tiny virus that cannot speak, okay? So up until this point, I just want to say bye-bye, yo. Bye-bye, yo. See you next week on another video. Bye-bye. Subscribe, like, comment, share, tell your friends about my YouTube channel, okay? Toodles.